The 63rd Infantry Division was an infantry division of the United States Army that fought in Europe during World War II. After the war it was inactivated, but later reactivated as a command in the United States Army Reserve. The 63rd Regional Support Command is responsible for the base and administrative support of all United States Army Reserve units throughout the seven-state region of southwestern United States, including California, Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico, Oklahoma, Texas and Arkansas. Although the 63rd Regional Readiness Command located in Los Alamitos, CA was not authorized to carry the lineage of the 63rd Infantry Division. The creation of the new 63rd Regional Support Command in Moffett Field, CA authorizes it to inherit the lineage and the bicolor red and blue background 63rd Infantry Division flag as an exception to policy. The unit was deactivated on 6 December 2009 and replaced by the 79th Sustainment Support Command, and was reactivated as a Regional Support Command. World War II. Activated 15 June 1943. Overseas 25 November 1944. Campaigns: Rhineland, Central Europe. Days of combat: 119. Casualties: 8,019. Prisoners taken: 21,542. Award: 7 Presidential Unit Citations, 1 French Croix de Guerre with Palm 254th Infantry Regiment, 16 Meritorious Unit Commendations, 2 Medals of Honor, 1st Lieutenant James E. Robinson, Jr., and Staff Sergeant John R. Cruz, 9 Distinguished Service Crosses, 1 Distinguished Service Medal, 455 Silver Stars, 3 Legions of Merit, 29 Soldiers' Medals, 5,313 Bronze Stars, 68 Air Medals, 4,999 Purple Heart Medal, 1 British Military Cross, 2 British Military Medal, 2 French Legion of Honor, 15 French Croix de Guerre Individual Awards. Commanders: Brigadier General Major General Louis E. Hibbs, Brigadier General Frederick M. Harris. Returned to U.S. September 1945. Inactivated 27 September 1945. Gathering strength: the 63rd Infantry Division was activated on 15 June 1943 at Camp Blanding, Florida. Shortly thereafter, the division removed to Camp Van Dorn, Mississippi to prepare for deployment to Europe. On 3 occasions during the next 17 months, the division trained up recruits only to have them cross-level to other divisions heading for theater. The first elements of the division, anxious to get in the fight, finally arrived in Europe in December 1944 and were joined by the rest of the division in January 1945. Order of battle. The division consisted of the following units: attached and detached units listed here in action. 3 regiments of the 63rd Division arrived in Marseille, France, the 8th of December 1944, trained at Haguenau and, under the designation Task Force Arras, protected the east flank of the 7th Army along the Rhine River. The task force fought defensively from 22 to 30 December 1944. On 30 December 44, while the 253rd INF Rect was attached to the 44th INF DIV and the 255th INF Rect was attached to the 100th INF DIV, the 254th INF Rect was moved to the Colmar area of France where it was attached to the 3rd INF DIV, which was at the time a part of the 1st French Army. The infantry regiments remained with their attachments until early February 1945. The rest of the division arrived at Marseille, the 14th of January 1945, and moved to Willerwald on the 2nd of February, where it was joined by the advance elements on the 6th of February. On the 7th of February, the 63rd conducted local raids and patrols, then pushed forward crossing the Saar River on the 17th of February, and mopping up the enemy in Moulin Woods. After bitter fighting at Göttingen early in March, the division smashed at the Siegfried Line on 15th at Saarbrücken, Germany, taking Ormsheim and finally breaching the line at St. Ingbert and Hassel on the 20th of March. Hard still fighting lay ahead, but the Siegfried Line was Germany's last attempt to defend its pre-war boundaries along the Western Front. Before resting on the 23rd of March, the 63d took Spießen-Elversberg, Neunkirchen and Erbach. For then until the end of the war, the 63d Division carved a path of blood and fire from Sarreguemines through Germany. On the 28th of March, the division crossed the Rhine at Lampertheim, moved to Viernheim and captured Heidelberg on the 30th of March. Continuing the advance, the 63rd crossed the Neckar River near Mossbach and the Jags River. The 253rd Infantry Regiment received the majority of their German resistance during this time at the Battle of Buchhof and Steinum-Kocher. Heavy resistance slowed the attack on Adelsheim, Mockmühl, and Bad Wimpfen. The division switched to the southeast, capturing Lampolzhausen and clearing the Harthauser Woods on the 7th of April. A bridgehead was secured over the Kocher River near Weissbach on the 8th of April, and Schwabisch Hall fell on the 17th of April. Advance elements crossed the Rems River and rushed to the Danube. The Danube was crossed on the 25th of April, and Leipheim fell before the division was withdrawn from the line on the 28th of April, and assigned security duty from the Rhine to Darmstadt and Wurzburg on a line to Stuttgart and Speyer. The 63d began leaving for home on the 21st of August 1945, and was deactivated on the 27th of September 1945. From mid-February 1945 until the end of the war, the 63rd Infantry Division made a path of blood and fire from Sarreguemines through the Siegfried Line to Worms, Mannheim, Heidelberg, Gunzburg and ending in Landsberg, Germany at the end of April 1945, when the division was pulled from the line for a much-needed rest. Army Reserve. The 63d Infantry Division was reactivated in February 1952 as a unit reflagged from the 13th Armored Division, and assigned to the Army Reserve, with headquarters in Los Angeles, California. The division was again inactivated in December 1965, and the colors were transferred to the 63d Reinforcement Training Unit. On the 1st of January 1968, the 63d Army Reserve Command was activated and, as an exception to policy, allowed to wear the shoulder-sleeve insignia and distinctive unit insignia of the 63d Infantry Division. The 63d ARCOM did not, however, perpetuate the lineage and honors of the 63d Infantry Division, as Department of the Army policy does not authorize TDA units, such as ARCOMs, to inherit the lineage and honors of 2 and AMP-E units, such as divisions. Based at Los Alamitos Armed Forces Reserve Center, the command encompassed Army Reserve units in Southern California, Arizona, and Nevada. From 1990 through 1991, over 2,500 Army Reserve soldiers from the 63d ARCOM served on active duty in support of Operation Desert Shield and Operation Desert Storm. 22 of the command's units were mobilized, with 14 of them deploying to the Persian Gulf. In April 1995, the 63d ARCOM was redesignated as the 63d Regional Support Command. Command, and its geographic boundaries were realigned to coincide with those of Federal Emergency Management Agency Region 9. The 63D maintained command and control of 14,000 soldiers and 140 units in the states of California, Arizona and Nevada, and assumed additional responsibility to support the major functional reserve commands within its area. The 63D supported both foreign and domestic active army missions, including participation in NATO operations in Bosnia and Kosovo. Since 2001, thousands of soldiers from the 63D have served in Afghanistan and Iraq. In September 2008, the 63D and 90th Regional Readiness Commands combined into the 63D, which was redesignated the 63D Regional Support Command again, with its new headquarters at Moffett Field, California, as a key component of the Army Reserve's transition to an operational force. The newly formed 63D has foregone command and control of units in favor of a greatly expanded area of responsibility. The 63D provides base support and administrative support to over 40,000 Army Reserve soldiers in the Southwest United States. Insignia, shoulder sleeve insignia. Description: on a teardrop-shaped olive drab background, 5.72 cm wide and 8.89 cm long. A scarlet flame of 5 rays superimposed by an upright gold sword in pale, charged with a scarlet drop of blood. Symbolism: the design alludes to the unit's motto, Blood and Fire. Background: the shoulder sleeve insignia was designed by the division's first commander, Brigadier General Louis E. Gibbs. It was originally approved for the 63d Infantry Division on the 27th of March 1943. It was authorized for the 63d Army Reserve Command on the 22nd of April 1968. It was reassigned and authorized effective the 16th of April 1996 for the 63d Regional Support Command. The insignia was redesignated effective the 16th of July 2003 for the 63d Regional Readiness Command. It was redesignated effective the 17th of September 2008 for the 63d Regional Support Command and amended to add a symbolism. Distinctive unit insignia. Description: a silver color metal and enamel device, 3.02 cm in diameter, consisting of a silver chevron on a red background, bearing 7 blue wavy vertical bands in base, a black combatant area with 2 merlons encircling all, a continuous silver scroll of 4 folds inscribed on the upper 3 folds, Pride, Honor, Service in black letters. Overall, a yellow vertical sword, the tip charged with a scarlet drop. Symbolism: the elements of the design reflect the history of the 63d Infantry Division. The silver chevron simulates a spearhead and is indicative of the aggressiveness displayed by the 63rd Infantry Division during the crossing of 7 European rivers, the Saar, Rhine, Neckar, Jags, Kocher, Rems, and Danube, during World War II. The rivers are represented by the 7 blue wavy bands. The breaching of the Siegfried Line at Sankt Ingbert and Hassel is symbolized by the 2 black merlons of the embattled area, surmounted by the yellow sword with the scarlet drop taken from the shoulder sleeve insignia of the organization. Background: the distinctive unit insignia was originally approved for the 63d Army Reserve Command on 8 May 1970. It was reassigned and authorized effective 16 April 1996 for the 63d Regional Support Command. The insignia was redesignated for the 63d Regional Readiness Command effective the 16th of July 2003. It was redesignated effective 17 September 2008, for the 63rd Regional Support Command. Motto: Blood and Fire, inspired by a quote of British Prime Minister Winston Churchill, at the Casablanca Conference in 1943, shortly before the activation of the 63rd Infantry Division. Churchill promised to make the enemy bleed and burn in expiation of their crimes. The slogan was adopted by Brigadier General Lewis E. Gibbs, the division's first commander, who designed the shoulder-sleeve insignia.